And we are back. Welcome. We took a few weeks off. We had kind of a vacation, kind of a not vacation for Patricia and I.
Yes.
Went to Hawaii for a little bit, seems like.
Well, with kids, it's really hard to have a vacation.
Or a life, really, let's be honest.
True.
Vacation's almost the wrong word when you bring your kids.
It's a trauma, you know. It's a screaming. But it's good to be back. And it's good to be back. We took some time off, which was probably good. And then now we're back. And Jamie's back. My goodness. I can't believe the team is back, huh? And so it's been a while. You missed the last podcast because you did. Well, you're just, goofing off with the children.
I know. I'm so sorry.
3-year-old and 7-year-old. You can't stop playing for 1 hour and do a podcast?
No, you know what? Actually, they were eating some stuff. They do those things.
What?
Have dinner, they are taken care of. Those little things.
Really? Every day?
Yes, every day.
Seems weird. I don't know. Do you do that with your kids? You take every day they eat and everything?
I'll be honest with you. When I was married, I think that I did 1% of the things you do for children. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm divorced, I have to do them all. It gives me a newfound respect for how difficult it is to all the meals and the clothes. Mm-hmm. Every morning, like someone doesn't have a sock and I want to fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have that happen or are you more organized?
You know what?
No, we
I would say we're sectionally organized, like sections of our life are organized.
Okay, what's one of the organized sections?
The kids, definitely.
Because
Rob is not in charge of it. That's why. If he was in charge of that, then...
I'm glad people realize you're joking. I'm glad that they don't take everything you say seriously.
Yeah.
They know because that's so not true. If anybody...
No, you're really helpful. You really are. But you know what I would really like to see?
What?
Because I know that Rob knows.
What?
What was that
noise right there? You're just being heckled by the equipment. The equipment's calling you a liar.
No, like Rob knows that he's very helpful.
Yeah.
But Rob doesn't know what it is like to be with the 2 kids by himself.
I do.
No, you don't. Because
2 times in 7 years you left. And who took care of those kids?
For how long?
Who took care of those kids for an hour and a half? I did. I was there.
Yeah, like
slaving away for 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember that.
He doesn't know that. So I would like to actually get a break.
What?
And you take care of them like full time for a couple of days. That'll be good. Like maybe 4 or 5 days.
I'm into that.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll see because you have never done it. So.
I have done it.
No, you haven't. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
No, you haven't. When?
When you had your facelift.
My facelift?
You were recovering from facelift surgery. That wasn't you?
It wasn't me.
Oh, maybe I dreamt it.
No. This is different. Look, I did have a surgery. But you had my cousin here doing a lot of work. Pretty much all of the work.
I would love to see Rob take care of the kids with just the help of several maids.
Just him. Just him.
Listen.
And see what happens. Like my every weekend, I would like to see you
I'll do
just
that.
taking care of them.
Deal.
No Emily, no nothing.
I'd be more than happy for you to go to the Wall Street Theater this weekend, all the way on the other side of the country.
Yes.
You think it's easy for me to fly?
Yes.
Public? I have to park the car and get a van to the airport.
No, I appreciate your work.
And then then I got to go through security, through clear. I have clear, so they put me right to the front. But still, then I have to go and then I have to ask them to not x-ray my food.
I know.
Which is,
you're insane about that.
And then, because I know it changes the molecular, I can't even say it. It changes something in the food.
Does it? What if you just decide that doesn't matter?
Then you get through faster and you don't know. You don't get the look of like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy.
Every time I go to the airport with Rob, that's one of my favorite moments is just watching the guys ruffle through Rob's nuts. His many bags of nuts.
Somebody called you the nut guy or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've hand checked his nuts before. And I said, excuse me, mister. Don't they have a curtain for that? And anyway, they all know me at the airport. But
No, he loves doing that.
What?
Getting like his food hand checked. But here's the thing, baby. This is why it's so funny. Because Rob doesn't bring like a couple of things.
No.
He
No,
brings
I
like
brought
the
like a-
largest bag.
And they had to put it on 3 different trays for the kids' food. I know.
Did you bring a lot to Hawaii?
We brought like a shitload. We brought back stuff from the food. Yeah. No, we literally like it was too much. And then, but like the guy checking our stuff on the flight back, he literally just literally unzipped one suitcase and going, you're good. Just a different level of lack.
Well,
of
because
security.
everything was like packaged.
Yeah,
We
I
had a
guess.
bunch of like popcorn and junk food for the kids.
He didn't even look in that bag. But anyway,
Yes, baby.
I get it.
Go through security.
So go through security.
You got to do.
And then I got to go, and then I got to find the lounge. That's not easy. Because the United or American or Delta Lounge, they're not just say, come this way to the lounge. You have to go find it. Hang on a second. You're what? We have a kid over here. Come on in. Come on
Do you remember the last time we went to the lounge and Rob bought a membership?
Come over here and say hi.
Yeah.
What's happening? You're thirsty? Well, what would you like? Because unfortunately, we don't have coconut water. We do have coconut water. What?
Do you have any
Probiotics? Let me go look. Can you girl?
I'll check
Can
it
you
out.
two just hang on? Can you make this happen while I take care of the child again?
Oh,
Listen to
Look at this. That's proof. That's proof, people. Come on, darling. Let me help you again. You know this is my child. She wanted probiotics.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just going to say that. That's so fun. Do you think any kid has ever asked for probiotics in the history of childhood?
That's how we know.
Daddy, can I have some
our
kale and
kid.
probiotics? Do you remember, though, we were traveling to the gig in the Poconos?
Yes.
Which, by the way, as a recently divorced person, what does your room look like in the Poconos? Your hotel room. Was it nice?
It was nice.
Because mine had a heart-shaped bathtub, a red heart-shaped bathtub, and then these stairs going down to a circular bed with mirrors over the top of it.
We had a circular bed too, and we had a pool actually. Like
In the room?
In the room, a heart-shaped pool.
As a divorced guy, it's the most lonely I've ever felt going back to my room. Just looking at yourself in the mirror as you're sleeping alone. That's not what that mirror's for. But remember, Rob, we were flying back and Rob because when I fly, I don't go in lounges. I just like sit with everybody else. And Rob texted me and he's like, "Where are you?" And he goes, "I'm in this lounge." I didn't know there was a lounge in that part of LAX.
Sorry, I was just taking care of our child again
Thank you,
that I gave birth to. Okay, maybe that's too much.
As you left, I've never seen Patty look more frightened than when you went to take care of. Just,
It's mean and not true. But go ahead.
but it was so generous of you. You texted me we were at LAX in like the 60s gates, which I fly all the time. It's Alaska.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, we're in this lounge that I never even knew existed," and he invites us into this, I don't know, American Lounge or United.
Yeah.
And he actually bought a membership just so we could get to the lounge. And then I was drinking my coffee. He's like, "Hey, you enjoying your $70 coffee?" Because we got 3 coffees for $200.
I know.
Yeah.
It's nice in there.
So
good,
so
though. It
keep
is
on
nice.
telling us how hard it is.
So you go to the
baby.
lounge.
You go to the lounge. I'm so sorry.
I go to the lounge, and then they don't always have free coffee in there. Sometimes the machine's broken.
Oh no!
So
What do you
then-
do in that case?
Then I ask them to fix it.
Okay.
And that takes like 10, 15 minutes for them to refill it with coffee. And then I have an espresso or a cappuccino. And that's not like organic milk either, just so you know.
That's tough,
normal.
man.
That's like
Right.
normal public milk,
Oh my
like public
goodness.
school, the public school of milk. And then I drink that. And you can't get that to go. Well, yeah, you can, but I don't usually because I like to have it in a ceramic container because you never know the chemicals that are in paper. So anyway,
Okay.
and then they tell me Mr. Schneider, you should probably get to your plane now. And then I have to leave and I have to put away or take the newspaper with me, unplug my phone charger.
Someone really comes up to you and tells you the plane's leaving?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Schneider, if you'd like to board early. No, they don't usually tell you that unless you ask. Sometimes I like, because it's great, being in there. Because there was like, I was in Denver and it was like literally, it was snowed in Chicago and nobody could move or whatever. And they're literally like, the airport was like besieged. it was like the Walking Dead or whatever. People just because all the restaurants were closed, and like And so I went out, and were you with me on this trip? No,
I don't know. I don't think so.
So I went up, and there was a restaurant was just closing. What's the Chinese restaurant that's
P.F. Chang's?
P.F. Chang's. Thank you. And with Chinese, and you just went right to it. What's the restaurant? Chinese P.F. Chang's. You went right for it. I didn't even say chain.
No, I remember the story. That's why, darling.
No, so I said they were open. That was like the last restaurant that was like open, but it was like literally people were just starving, and people were like, "Oh."
Rob made $2,000 selling nuts that day. Everything was closed.
Everything was closed. I said I can make some money doing this.
It's all hand checked.
So I got food. Yeah, nothing X-rayed. Nothing to worry about. The molecular.
It's all the same as it was when I got here.
Molecular pattern of these nuts are the same as nature provided. So anyway, anyway, the lounge was totally crowded, but like, if you walked around the big line and just snuck right in, you were able to get right in there, which is what I did.
Nice.
Because people look at me like, well, he must know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly is not going to cut in front of 180 of us. He must be doing something important, or must be a doctor delivering birth, or being a comedian working at the local comedy club in Denver.
Okay.
He's obviously needs to be at the front of this line.
You're very confident when you cut in line. I have to say that.
My mother used to do that. My mother used to cut and like literally like when Jaws came out, 1975. I was like 12 years old. I was 12 years old, not like, and Jaws came out, and it was like one of the first big gigantic lines. This is a couple years before Star Wars came out, 1977. So what happened was there were like lines around the block, and you had to see this movie. If you were going to school, or or if you had friends, everybody saw this movie. You had to go see it. And I swear, my mother cut in line in front of everybody. And I swear that I heard she just pretended she'd speak English, and people were yelling at her like, "Excuse me, ma'am, this is a line back here."
Oh, God.
She's like, "No, understand English." And they said, "Well, she doesn't speak English, and so
they're like, she's gonna hate this movie.
We're like, "Mom, what are you doing? That's embarrassing. Mom, what are you doing?" She said, "I got the tickets. Awesome." And so she cut right in front of everybody.
I think because we had an episode about Rob's VIP treatment,
Yeah.
But it's a real thing, because I was thinking we went to Erewhon today, and everyone was being so nice and giving Rob stuff. And when we left, Rob goes, "Everyone's so nice." And I was thinking, to you.
Exactly.
I've been here alone. It's nothing like this.
Oh.
You have to take a number. No, they're very nice.
They're super nice.
But I think because they know I know Rob.
Rob is very spoiled. And
I am.
Yeah. And good for you.
Why not?
Why not? You earned it.
I know. I do think, though, I feel like spoiling the kids, I think it's happening a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think so. I definitely think Madeline is starting to. I think she was kind of normal, but now I think the spoiling is starting really full on. Ever since she turned 3. Because she was like normal and everything, whatever. But I think she's getting a little more spoiled, because I just can't say no to her. She's just like too cute.
You have to stop that.
She's just too cute.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Do you guys know the marshmallow study about instant gratification? Like, they give kids marshmallows, and they tell kids you can either have, like, they put like 2 marshmallows on a table.
You can have
these
both
2 right now, or you could have like 6 if you wait 15 minutes. And the kids that waited the 15 minutes, years later, were like
diabetic,
world's more successful.
Oh. Okay.
Diabetic. They were way more successful because they were able to delay gratification.
How old were they? How old were these kids when they did it?
I barely am. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I know so little about this study. But
is this like a third-person story?
I think it's 5 years old or something. It's little kids. But I worry about that with my kids.
That's not that little.
And myself.
I would say, like, I have a sibling that wouldn't do that today.
He would take them. He'd eat the marshmallows.
Yeah, he's in his 50s. He would say, give me those marshmallows. Those 2 in the hand. You might never come back. I may never see you again. So I'm going to take the 2 right there.
Yeah, because I think your kids are very good with delayed gratification because you guys
I don't know.
You do sugar every other.
What are you talking about?
Remember you did the sugar, no sugar days and days where they're...
that was an idea that Patricia never followed through on.
Oh.
Listen to this asshole.
Doing these even harder now with iPads and stuff?
No, it's harder with Patricia cooking so nicely. She cooked this bread yesterday that I've eaten most of. And let me just tell you, it's like she cooked this bread, which was like, it ended up being a scone by accident.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be like fluffy bread.
Yeah. But...
It ended up being bread that was potentially a weapon. Like club bread. What happened? What went wrong?
I don't know, but I think it's the dry yeast.
The dry yeast.
Sometimes if you use a little bit too much cement, it'll really make it hurt.
No,
Yeah.
But it was the kids.
I mean, it tastes
you
good, though,
spoil
but
the kids. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You make nice breads and cookies and cakes, and I love that you
Yeah,
just...
but they don't eat that every day.
I will say they got sick for like weeks, and it's because it was like in October it started, the sugar brigade, the sugar parade.
September, I would say, because it's when
it's-
first birthday.
And the birthday started, and it kept going. You can't have them go to birthday. We don't want to say to the kids and make them feel weird and uncomfortable. Like, hey, listen, sugar, if it was, like Raymond Francis said a couple of weeks ago in this program, if a pharmaceutical company took sugar to the FDA to get it approved, it would get denied.
Whoa.
It causes that much chemical imbalances and shit in your body. And but yet we don't want to make them feel bad if they go to a party. They have to have the cake and the
Yeah.
But then they're going to 3 parties a day, having cake 3 times a day. Well, that's an exaggeration, but like 3 times a week is not. And then their own birthdays.
Then it's Halloween. Then it's Thanksgiving. Then
That's Halloween. We've been pretty good about just having their candy magically disappear every Halloween. But I don't think it's going to be easy next year. Mm-hmm. Miranda's going to go, what? Mm-hmm. No, for sure I had that whole bag filled. And she's going to go, where is that? And I don't know what we're going to say then.
What did the Schneiders give out for Halloween?
Not that great of stuff, to be honest with you. We got like, Patricia got like normal.
I do.
Okay.
And then like an idiot, though. I started like,
I was going to guess
only
like
one
iPads.
each, and then we got stuck with all the stuff. You got to give them handfuls.
Yes. Well, but let me tell you what happened last
God.
year.
Oh, God.
So,
She doesn't like the music I play. First of all.
well, that's something else.
You played
that's
music
what I
for
thought you were going to say.
No.
Halloween?
I put the speaker outside.
He
with
puts the speaker outside.
with
Better
me-
outside than inside.
with Halloween music. No, for the people to come up.
It's not Halloween music.
What do you mean?
It's Halloween screaming sounds. I mean, it's like people don't even get close to the door because it's like,
No, it's a horror.
I've done that.
It's horror music. It's horror Halloween sounds. And it's screaming and decapitations.
Well,
and
we got so much candy this year because nobody came until I changed the music. Did the Monster Mash?
I know, it's funny, but like, I was like, Patricia was saying like, no, let's literally, you got to change the screaming. And we're like, kids love it. What are you talking about? They love being scared. It's Halloween. An hour later, no kids coming.
Yeah.
Okay, change the music. And so we changed the music.
Yeah. No, but what I was going to say,
Oh boy.
it's the candy.
Yes.
Because, obviously Rob is against the regular candy that kids like.
Corn syrup, which has bits of metal, and in the processing from corn to making sugar out of corn,
Yeah.
there's some metal in there, heavy, some sorts of metal.
Yeah. Well,
I forget
I know
exactly what it
it's
is.
terrible.
Yeah,
But
and
kids,
it's a super sugar, and it's super for you if you want diabetes.
it's super delicious. That's why kids like it.
Well,
So
yeah. It's in
he
everything.
went and buy this organic candy made out of coconut, whatever.
Could I suggest maybe it wasn't the music? Maybe word got around?
I swear.
No.
This
It
kid-
was good. It was good coconut-based flour and sugar.
This kid
$4 a piece.
grabbed this candy, looked at it, and he literally gave me a look like, what is this shit?
Oh,
And put it back
And grabbed-
no.
and went away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that this year? I think that's every Halloween.
That's why
happens.
this year, no. That's why this year I just bought a bag of Snickers and Kit Kats and all those regular candies that kids like.
It's terrible. I feel awful about it. But anyway, I'm glad that there was a success for the few kids that came back. No, after we changed the music.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So that was starting of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then November, I mean, forget about it. The Halloween, and then the kids are starting to be their immune systems. Your immune system, when you have like a teaspoon of sugar, 17 grams, lowers your immune system by 50% in 2 hours. And if you're an adult, imagine what a kid does. Imagine how it throws off. That's why kids go crazy. So anyway,
is that? You just made me feel like the shittiest father because my daughter's been sick, and every day I've been let her have a lemonade stand.
Yeah, it's bad.
With just teaspoons of sugar, lemon juice, and sparkling water. And she's selling it just to people in the home.
I know, sugar's bad.
And drinking it.
And that's bad.
Oh, shit.
But you know, though...
but at the same time, it's like...
You gotta let them be normal kids.
They have to be kids.
I know, that's why we let them get sick, horribly ill, by letting them eat too much sugar. That's because we want them to be normal kids. Sick, ill, normal American kids.
But our kids don't eat that much sugar.
I know, but they did. They did for weeks and weeks during this whole parade of, and then just when they start to detox a little bit, hello Thanksgiving, which is like
pies.
Pies and more candy and stuff like that, and then the Christmas season comes.
Yes.
Anyway, I know you're not supposed to call it Christmas because you don't want to piss off all the people that are going to go to hell, but there's your joke. Solid joke, works every season.
So this year you gave away your coconut cats or whatever they're called, or you gave away your...
No.
Oh, this year you did your Snickers.
Yeah, we did more normal stuff.
Normal stuff.
We went with the old...
That tastes really good.
Fabricated tree as well.
And Rob was eating it.
What?
You were eating some of those candies.
What candies?
No.
The bad candies with the corn syrup.
Oh, shit.
Well, peppermint patty. That's not like normal candy. That's like the high quality, good shit. You can't say no to that. That's my childhood. Anyway.
Anyways, we were talking about instant gratification.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You prefer instant, right? Rather than waiting.
I don't prefer instant. I know waiting is better. It's just, I go into this. I'm a patterned guy. I mean, if I get in a pattern of real good self-discipline, I'm in the pattern. And if I get out of the pattern, then I'm out of the pattern. It depends on what you're doing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're in, you're in, you're out, you're out.
Yeah. So but the thing is, if you're, really focused on a particular thing, then you stay in. And then, the great thing about show business, which is totally awful for self-discipline, is that you were thrown into this thing and you're doing it every day, and then it stops. And you go into the next one, and you do that next project or whatever, and doing that every day, and then it stops. And so it's this kind of thing. And sometimes you get more projects in a year than other projects. I mean, like a David Spade movie that we did, last year was so fun. Just popped in, and every day he was working with those people, and then for a couple of weeks, and then boom, done. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But you're pretty good with self-discipline.
Sometimes. With certain things, yes.
Jamie,
I have a question, Rob.
Are you pretty good? You're pretty good disciplined,
dude. I'm all or nothing.
Same with me. Yeah.
I fall off I go off the rails, or it's similar to you. Like if I get in a good pattern, but no, like right now, not at all. It's been Alaska for 3 weeks. Like it's all off the
charts. But you had a good time though too. It's so hard to say no to the kids that are so cute. And oh my god, and it was so beautiful when she said, like when Madeline said, "I want a cookie." Last night, I didn't even say cookie.
You said cookie in the story.
Oh, yeah. That's my mistake. I was trying to read her a bedtime story, and with the lights off, so she's going to go right to sleep. And so I said, how about if I just tell you one more story? We turn the lights off. And then I go, okay, there was this woman who made a gingerbread man. Gingerbread man said, yeah, it's a cookie. I want a cookie. Give me a cookie. No, it's the story. I gingerbread cookie. No, cookie. Get me a cookie. And I went, no, that's the story. It's about a cookie. The cookie that comes to life. I want a cookie. And so, and then, so that was the end of the story. So I went downstairs and I came back with a cookie. Then she went right to sleep.
I swear to God, I told Miles, my 4-year-old, the story, and it was just going to be about a kid that had a lemonade stand. And almost the exact same thing happened where I go, so this girl decides to set up a lemonade stand, and he goes, Dad? I go, yeah, and he goes, can we get lemonade tomorrow? And I go, sure, buddy. And I go, so this woman, this girl, she sets up a lemonade stand, and he goes, Dad? And I go, yeah, and he goes, can we get lemonade right when we wake up? And I go, sure, we'll go to the store right when we wake up. And I go, so there's this girl with lemonade stand, and he goes, Dad? And I go, yeah, and he goes, I think you should tell a story that doesn't have lemonade in it because I'm just going to keep asking you for it.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
We had to change subjects.
I know. I didn't realize I should keep away from food or drink subjects for the just keep it on the nightmare conscious as well.
Oh, speaking of discipline, though,
Okay.
because I'm not that great at it sometimes, I actually texted my son last night because sometimes when I'm home, I don't eat quite as good. I don't do whatever. And there's a couple specific things that the kids eat that I find myself eating and I hate it. Like
what?
those salt and vinegar chips. Do you know those things?
Oh, no.
I got a problem with those. They're so good. And so I texted my son. It was those and a couple other things. And I said, next time I'm home, if you see me eating this, or this, I'll give you $20.
Wow. That's
He's
good.
like, all right. And I will, there's no way, I don't think I'm going to have to eat that stuff in private.
That's good.
Yeah, there's some Patricia stuff that she can't not eat if she sees it. It's his Mexican candy. Surprise. Mexican spicy candy, which I get now. I never got I never thought like you take mango, it's like dried mango, and then you put like, really spicy peppers on it or whatever. That sounded awful.
Yeah.
I get it.
I've tried that only because you showed me.
I noticed that your tolerance for hot food has dipped.
It went down a
diminished.
little bit.
Yeah, you have to come back.
Yeah, because I noticed you were on fire tonight at dinner.
It's weird when you take a bite of something and it's so hot. It goes down all the wrong pipes. It happened to me at dinner with you guys tonight that it's like an embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
But I tried to pretend like nothing was happening, but I'd be like, so how was Hawaii? Like I couldn't even talk. It was ridiculous.
It's funny. It's like food in your taste buds and spicy foods and hot foods. It's like powerlifting. You got to build up to it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you like something you can relate to.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but I think.
But you built up a strong. You can have just as much hot food as me.
Yeah, I get it.
You
I'm in there good
Yeah, you
now.
both are really good at that.
Now I have no
Now.
choice.
Well, took 10 years of training,
Yeah,
but you're doing really good.
I'm the frog in the pan.
So what are you going to do this year?
What is it? Yeah, what is going to happen this year different? First of all, how was last year? Were you happy with last year? You did amazing.
I loved last year.
Yeah, it was a great year.
I got like a new job, and I felt like I got to see my
You get to
kids a
meet
lot. And
and you made some coin. You get to work on a CBS TV show. How cool is that?
it was great. Totally different, new experience.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
It was good. What about you guys?
And what about you, Patricia?
It was good. It was a good year.
Yeah, it was a solid year.
Yeah.
Just seeing literally in a year, seeing Madeline not talking to talking.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a good year with the girls. And then I started doing this podcast with not with you guys, but with a friend of mine.
Okay, there we go. She see the podcast she was able to enjoy. Not with you guys. I don't waste my time. I'm gonna do something constructive.
No, it's a fun podcast in Spanish.
What's it called?
Netas Maternas.
Netas maternas.
Yes. No, doing this with you guys is fun too.
Netas maternas.
Yeah.
Maternas.
And
does
I
that mean?
started
It
my
says- it says
cooking
moms.
channel on
Mom,
YouTube.
what kind of moms? Netas is what?
It's like truths.
Mom's truths.
Yeah.
En español?
Yeah. In Español.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I started my cooking channel, so it was a good year.
Yeah,
Fun.
It was good.
Yeah. But I have some goals for this year, so
Yeah.
What do you got?
What's going to happen this year?
What are you planning?
2020.
I'm planning on doing a lot of writing that
Yeah.
I didn't do last year.
I know we're going to get on that this year.
And also,
Oh, gosh. You're
I'm
looking at me.
thinking,
Oh, God.
and I'm going to try, this year, I'm going to go vegetarian.
Damn.
Yep. I'm going to try.
Rob doesn't look that excited.
Well, I would have gone vegetarian tonight at dinner if you wouldn't have thrown chicken on my plate like I'm leftover dog. Yesterday's chicken. Let's not waste this as she shovels it on my plate. And I didn't.
Yeah, but we'll see, because I have to say, and I have to admit, that I really like meat. So I just want to give it up and see what happens.
See what happens?
See what happens.
And what spawned, what made you want to do this? What was the...
No, we just we saw something. That's the problem with Netflix. You watch something on there, the next thing you know,
Oh, yeah.
you give up meat.
No, I've been wanting to do it for a long time,
No.
and I never get to do it because I really like pork, and I
If
really
you're
like
Mexican,
lamb.
giving up pork is like sacrificing. It's like it's like giving up your religion. It's like you're Catholic and frijoles, puerco de frijoles. Frijoles.
I think I have a disconnect in my brain. Like I could watch Netflix and then be like, let's eat some pork and go to SeaWorld again. Like it just immediately it doesn't affect me. Like I say, oh, that's horrible, but then.
No, I did watch a documentary when we were doing the first season of Real Rob.
Oh yeah.
And I went vegetarian for 3 months only.
You did?
Yeah.
I know. I remember that. I hated. I mean, I remember that.
I
got
just want to try
vegetarian. It's better. It is better. It's more difficult. There's like the B17, which is the only way you get that's through meat. You see, the thing is, meat is a superfood, so it kind of provides everything. And but the understanding of it is my limited understanding of everything. This being part of it is that it wasn't a regular part of a human experience to eat meat every day. Now that it became so easy, accessible, accessible and easy. But like, I mean, when you start looking at like. The Chinese and the 2 billion Chinese people, if they have a hankering and develop a taste for eating meat on the same, like we do here in America, the same ratio, it's going to be a problem, and having enough land on the planet to feed all these people. So I do think that's an issue. That to me is one of the issues that's just as big as important. It's like it is healthier to not eat meat for sure. Especially when you get older, I think it's important to tone that down. I also think the truth of it is, if you just eat something to enjoy it, I think it's different. If if you enjoy a beautiful steak, go get one. But I don't think it's something you should do all the time.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's also like if I'm traveling, I'm gonna eat whatever they have. I'm just gonna do that. But I think at the house here, I think we should. I thought tonight was great. I don't think the kids missed a thing. You served. I thought that was beautiful.
It was awesome.
This thing you cooked tonight, which was again your Thermomix recipe, was beautiful. It was a fried rice instead of the rice.
Cauliflower.
It was chopped up cauliflower, which is beautiful, with some sesame oil and a little, not too much soy sauce, which would have ruined it, just a little bit. And then, but what made it so sweet and nice was you browned those
cashews.
Yes,
ridiculous.
That to me. Was unbelievable. Cooked cashews are unbelievable.
And I cook them with sesame oil.
And you cook them separate?
Separate.
Well, yeah, that's how, because it was perfectly cooked. So that was really rewarding. I ate the whole thing. The kids didn't dig it as much, but I think they can get used to it. But why didn't we? I forgot to make the asparagus for them, but anyway.
I'll make it tomorrow.
But anyway.
I feel like I could be vegan if someone brought me a meal like that 3 times a day.
Yeah, I think
I could do it. But I think a lot of it is it's so hard.
I don't think I can be a vegan because I enjoy honey. I enjoy.
Why can't you do honey? Because it's an animal product?
Yeah.
But it's a bee.
Yeah, but still, they exploit them.
So it's about exploiting veganism?
It's about also taking care of animals. It's a lifestyle. That's what I can't do that.
Shit. Usually, if we weren't on a podcast, we would have heard the word shit. And then Rob.
No, I just don't think I'm
do
capable.
That shit, Rob.
At least right now, I don't think I can because I like cheese.
I know. I'm against cheese for kids. Cheese is crack for kids. They've measured their brain before and after cheese, and the measurement is the kids are happier after they eat cheese. I'm not 100% sure if I remember that correctly.
Okay. Good.
I'm not sure if that was an argument for or against.
It's like crack.
Yeah.
And it's like in dairy, and I know these kids are
but you have
lactose intolerant.
No. You just have to be happy also.
I know.
You just have to eat, like, everything should have, like, a balance. The reason I want to go vegetarian, to be honest, is just because I feel like I need to do it.
I know. Then do it. Stop talking about it every day.
For the whole year, or would this be
talking? You've been talking about it for months.
As much as I
know. I support you.
I'm just gonna try it.
I made a New Year's resolution.
I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna have when I'm on the road. I'm gonna eat vegetarian.
I made a New Year's resolution to just talk about being a vegetarian.
Not really doing it.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's very brave of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it this time.
Yeah, it's good.
So, do you find yourself in like a creative lull, or like in the holidays, or because I just feel like just brain dead.
Rob, when I am home with my 3 children, you'll find this out if you're ever alone with your kids.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm just kidding.
But geez, I don't need this. Shit.
You literally, I have 3 kids. It's just me, and someone yells "Dad" every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so there's no space for. But I think it was a nice break creatively. Like on the plane on the way back, I found myself writing a little bit. Like it was nice to just go, "Hey, there's no writing right now. We're just doing dad stuff, but no time for anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just
nothing.
Just yelling. Do they yell "Mom" all the time?
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
What would you guys do if I wasn't there?
Stop touching that, Jamie.
Sorry. Jeez, get excited.
The echo maker. I know you.
All I hear all day with the kids when I'm along with them is "Mom, Mom," and it's like, "Mom, I need to use the restroom. Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm thirsty. Mom." Every time it's like something.
I will say though,
or they're even fighting, and I have to go, like separate them, and it's like
it's all day. It's a full time job.
She doesn't want to share.
What's funny? It's like
all day.
It's so funny, but like I made the mistake of saying to Madeline, I said,
she's like, she's thirsty again. See?
Well, let me handle this again.
No, I'll do it. You guys talk.
Come on in here. Don't stop. Come in here. Come on in. Come on inside. Come here. Come on the microphone. Come here, Matt. Miranda. What's your name again? Mandy?
Miranda just took off.
All right.
I will say though, just if my son, because I know he sometimes listens to this, what I was going to say about him is sometimes when your kid gets a little older though, and they don't yell "Dad" every few minutes, it's awesome when they yell your name because it's that thing that all of a sudden it's missing.
No, believe me, she's so full of shit. By the way,
which about
Patricia, just about everything.
She doesn't listen to this podcast. She won't listen to hers.
No, she won't listen to this shit. No. But the kids, I do more than what she's giving me credit for. Of course, I do. Not in front of her. Don't say this. Don't remind her. No, but she does. No, I love it when they yell like, "I want Daddy," because he won't be able to say no. But I do. It's like, you can only spoil them so much. Interesting thing was like, this is a guy, Gabor Mate.
I love that guy.
Dr. Gabor Mate.
I just started a podcast with that guy.
My God, he's amazing. Anyway, he's incredible. He wrote that book. We talked about him, but like, Patricia brought this up, and he said, because we had this, psychologist from Mexico. She was coming in here. She was a nanny for a while. She was great for a month. Awesome lady. And she was talking to us, she's a child psychologist, she said like, you can be in bed with them until they sleep, that's so good. Not in bed, but you can be like next to them, whatever. But just don't hold their hand.
What? Why?
They need to fall asleep on their own. He says, because then they won't be able to get out of relationships that are unhealthy. And I went, what?
I fell asleep holding my little boy's hand every night for the last 21 days.
I know, but let me just
why don't do it?
No, Patricia, come on here and defend me, will you?
All right.
Now, here's the thing. Patricia's back, by the way. Super mom. So, anyway, Patricia, we're talking about Gabor Mate. And, like, and you brought up that really good point that he said. Because he said, like, because we had that, the psychologist here from Mexico.
Yes.
He was the nanny for a while. And she said, like, you can be in the room and, until they sleep or whatever. Because we've done that with these kids for years, their whole lives. And I don't feel bad about that. And then, but she said, you shouldn't hold their hand. Because then they won't know. Then she said this, which like freaked us out. She said, then they won't be able to know how to get out of a bad relationship. We told that to our friend, Roseanne. She said, oh my God, I used to sleep in my parents' bed until I was 20. That's why I've never been able to get out of a bad relationship.
Whoa. Yeah. That's frightening.
But then again, Dr. Gabor Mate said, tell that to a gorilla. To not comfort your child when they're...
Right.
Or to not hold their hand when they're...
I don't think the gorilla would understand, but...
Well,
no,
but yeah,
we're the only animals that are like, we put our kids in a different room, like when they're babies, like no other animal.
Separate them right away.
Put their cubs like in another cave.
Like as soon as
turn on Netflix.
Yeah, no.
I sleep with both
we're
of my
doing
kids.
a podcast. Yeah,
is that a bad thing? I slept like all for the last 21 days. They slept in my bed. The little guys.
No, I don't think it's bad.
This is the best.
I think any.
I don't think loving too much is bad.
I'd put them in another room.
Feeling secure is not bad.
Yeah.
I'd put them in another room if I could afford an apartment with another room. We're using all the rooms.
We'll work on that.
There's only 2 rooms. No, I'm kidding.
We'll work on that.
I think it's important to make them feel loved and secure.
And I got to tell you, just like, just being upstairs with our little 3-year-old girl,
Madeline.
and just, Is that her name, Madeline? I don't want to. I kind of want to say her name and not say her name. 'Cause you freaked me out about that. Mm-hmm. Having people know our kids' names.
I'm sorry. We'll edit it out.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I said like their nicknames and stuff like that. That it's only for us.
Okay, you're right. So anyway, Madeline, not her nickname. She was just so cute. Just wanted to sing. Even though Christmas is over, she still wanted to hear a Christmas song. And I was like, my God, so beautiful. That's the stuff. Like a couple of things have happened like the last few months. Is like that's the last memory of on Earth I want to ever have. Is that or like just when I was spinning them around, like and then of course the 7-year-old once it gets spin around is a different weight ratio. The 3-year-old still is like just whipping her around, and she's just putting her head back and like she love it again, and like okay, and then the 7-year-old, me too, next please, over here please. It's a different neck issue, but like oh my God, they just their happiness is everything. That super happiness is your happiness.
Truthfully, that's what makes everything worth. Like, I would say this, like, for moms, because it's a lot of work, and that as a single dad,
when you cook,
you know how much work it is, and then sometimes you cook, and sometimes they don't even like the food that you cook for hours.
I like your theory that okay, you make the food, and if they don't eat it, that's all they get. They got to come back and eat it. You've said that. I don't think you've ever done it once.
Well, but I haven't given them something else. They eat.
They do eat what you put out.
Well, you've seen them.
They kind of ate it tonight. I thought what you made was beautiful.
Yeah, they kind of ate it.
Dig it.
No, but they kind of eat everything because I don't make other stuff for them. I don't make special things for them.
My sister-in-law.
Tonight they had broccoli. That was good. They had broccoli.
Yeah, they had their broccoli.
Your kids are amazing eaters.
That's what I think too.
It's
but Rob
ridiculous.
is like,
no,
he exaggerates with the, like.
My sister-in-law does. If she sends the kids with school lunch, and a lot of times, like your kids won't eat the lunch, and she puts it back in there the next day.
Your sister does that?
My sister-in-law, she does like if she sends him with like a turkey sandwich, and like I'm not gonna eat that turkey. If she sends it again the next day, she just keeps sending it. They're like starving, so they just eat the.
I love that.
Eat the thing.
We will eat your lunch eventually.
It's like, lunch is already packed for tomorrow.
No, well, I gotta say that I do threaten the kids with, Miranda is the one, like sometimes she doesn't want to eat her food.
The one who hasn't slept and it's midnight?
Yes, exactly. Like sometimes, like for instance, I make like soups. Like she doesn't like soups, but I would make like once in a while like chicken soup or like something that she's like, I don't want to eat it. And I said, well, if you don't eat it, then I'll pack it for tomorrow for lunch.
Oh yeah, that works so
and
far.
it works.
That's worked twice.
Yeah.
I know, and I was impressed because I said I was expecting. No, you won't. That's a good one. Though.
Yeah. Well, it's just because I don't threaten them that often, so I think when I do, they believe it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny though when you see like the first time you've ever gotten angry at Madeline. Thank God I was there so she could run to me. Madeline, she's turning to me like.
I know.
That was awesome.
That's why I'm not a yeller.
No, you're not. You didn't yell, but I
changed my tone.
You changed your tone, and she'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
And
it worked.
I've only done it once with her.
Yeah, and like a million times with Miranda.
Yeah. I know. But
no, but I gotta say that look, even though it's like that, like mom, and every 5 minutes they always need something. They want something. God, when I play with them and they're like. When we all play together, it's the best.
It's the best.
It's
so
the best.
Right?
There's nothing more fun.
Yeah.
More like it's just amazing. I love that.
It's the best. I love even watching a movie.
Oh yeah, I like
we're
that
all
too.
laughing at the same stuff.
Yeah.
I love it when we watched the movie that was a bad movie and they knew it was a bad movie, but they don't have they don't have the critical thought. It's just something that they're not enjoying as much, but they're enjoying being out. And then But like I remember our 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Said to me during this movie, which was not good. We saw Cats.
I heard a lot of stuff about that.
I thought they said, well, they'll enjoy it. It's Cats. It's people dressed as cats. She got up about 30 minutes in or 25 minutes, and she said, like, what's happening?
That's what we're all wondering.
She said, I don't know what's happening. What's happening? She had no idea. So she said, let's go. So I had to leave with her. We went outside. She wasn't into it.
Gervais at the Golden Globe said that Cats movie was the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyways, kids are good. Kids are fun.
No, so they're incredible.
They are.
The most amazing part of life. Children.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it flies by.
It does.
I was telling this story about Tony Baldino, a good friend from Chicago, and he just told me he was just out at Christmas with his grandkids out here in Palos Verdes, out there in South Bay, if they call that a bay down there in L.A. And he said, nope, they're gone. They're 13 to 14. They don't care about grandpa and grandma anymore. They got their videos. They got their friends. It's over.
Yeah, the friends become...
8, 9, 10, beautiful. 12 still, maybe a little bit. 13, 14, gone.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm like, whoa.
Do you get them back, though? Don't you think you get them back when they're like 17, like college? They start to appreciate again? I don't know. I'm just hoping. They're just gone?
I think you get them back like after like 25.
Oh, God.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, it's so special now. It's nuts.
Yeah. But, I mean, they come back if you were a good parent.
If you have money.
No, I think if you weren't a good parent, now they don't come back.
Oh, shit.
To be honest. They're happy that they were off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're good, they'll be back.
What if they're just shitty kids?
What?
And they're good parents, but you have shitty kids.
It doesn't.
It's
that
possible.
doesn't exist.
Okay.
There's no such a thing like good kids, shitty parents. No, sorry, the other way.
Shitty kids, good parents?
Shitty kid, good parents. Yes.
Yes.
They have to learn it from somewhere.
They do. Yeah. It's a kind of love and whatever. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Jamie's searching his
So what
mind
are you gonna do this year that is gonna be different?
Well, I'm going to keep up the workout regimen, which I got it up to, is the 200 push-ups a night.
Damn.
I took a week off. That's not good. Took a week off, but I did it every night for 3 months.
That's amazing.
Which is good for me.
Using like perfect push-ups or something? Those handles?
Perfect push-ups, and now I can do it better because I tore both my rotator cuffs. It's been my excuse for the last 15 years. And so, as Patricia says, 9 days later, you could have done it. Stop using that excuse.
That's great.
Yeah, no, but that's good.
No,
I want to lose 20 pounds.
You've been great at that.
I joined a gym. I've only been there once in 3 weeks, but I got to get back to that. And also, writing, and I want to record a comedy special pretty soon.
Awesome.
No, and I want to also, do some fun stuff with the kids. Keep that going. I mean, I'd love to take them to this beautiful festival in Taiwan called the Lantern Festival.
Were you there, Jamie?
I was there.
With
Jamie was there with you.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Amazing.
Didn't you think it was incredible?
It was unbelievable.
We got to also stay at like Chiang Kai-shek's palace.
Yeah.
Chiang Kai-shek was the guy that America backed in China, and of course we always back like the wrong dictator. And so Mao Zedong kicked his ass and kicked him into, and that luckily they were able to get a hold of some boats, and they were able to go to this little island, and Mao didn't have any Mao Zedong didn't have any navy, so they just basically took everything they could and went over there. So, but anyway, it's beautiful, right?
It's absolutely beautiful. All these lanterns from all these different. It's some gigantic, some smaller. And speaking of a little bit of,
say what it is.
Oh yeah, what? I don't even know.
A lantern is basically this lighted, this paper or wax paper or that's colored and decorated. Yeah. That's covered like by candles.
Maybe like a dragon or something.
Like a dragon or
they use real candles or like fake candles.
Some of it's real candles. A lot of it's electricity now, but like candles, what it originally was. So and they have this around, and there's different, it's like horses and different stuff. And there's also like cartoon characters now that are famous, and also famous, historical figures and historical things. And it's incredible. Children make it.
Oh,
and then, and like also cities, each city's represented, each town, and prisoners make lanterns. I'm sure they're forced to do it, but, and they're beautiful. Even the prisoners
Even the
What a
person who
beautiful
enjoyed
thing
it.
to be forced to do, though. Make a lantern.
But it's a really great. It's a lantern festival, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and the food is amazing.
Oh, I love Taiwan for their food.
Yeah,
And you know how Rob's pretty ridiculously famous there?
Yes.
Well, at the Lantern Festival, at the end of it, this guy's like, Rob's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Lantern's so beautiful. And the guy goes, pick one. I'm
No.
like, what is happening? He gave you a lantern from
my
the lantern.
God.
He was like, I'll ship it. I think, didn't he give you a lantern?
yeah, he did. Yeah,
Oh my God. I didn't
have
know
one.
that.
I have one
Where is it?
in the storage. No, and in the other room.
Oh.
I had to put it together.
Okay.
How many years ago was
It's probably a dead prisoner inside it they tried to smuggle out.
Oh, no.
it? No, but it's a really beautiful festival, and the kids I think would love it.
I think
and they'd love the Chinese
that.
food too.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy good Chinese food.
That's something that Miranda really likes. Chinese
She
food.
does. That's
She
okay.
loves Chinese
She was
food.
you were pregnant with her. She was in your belly when we were in Taiwan once,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
and
I had a lot of Chinese food there.
Is that the where they had the dim sum? Was that place? Or
they
not?
have the soup that's in a noodle.
Oh, God.
It's genius.
It's just so delicious.
It was incredible.
They have one over there in Altadena. I forget what it is, but literally it's soup inside a noodle, and it's literally you eat this as a dumpling that has soup in it, and it just explodes in your mouth. And it's beautiful soup, chicken soup.
And this place was packed. There was a huge line. We pulled a Rob's mom Jaws move and just sat right down at the table.
Yeah, cut right in front. But man, that was good food, right?
Amazing.
Yes,
And
amazing.
They like
the
hot,
best
spicy foods, huh? Hot food. Yeah, the best, right?
Yes, the best.
I think it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, take me back to Taiwan.
I know. Well, we'll go. We'll go next year. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. But that's next February, so that's going to be like 13 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll be old enough to enjoy.
It's okay. I can wait. I'm good at the
Yeah.
delayed gratification.
That should be your guys' next 48-hour vacation that you go on.
Oh God. I know. Someday we'll be able to say what happened.
Okay.
Not today. But it was beautiful over there in Hawaii. It was stormy though too. You know when we
Yeah.
said we got in Hawaii, they said people who spend and it's really expensive over there. You know, if you got to fly over there. That's the biggest body of water that has no land anywhere near it. If you got to fly from like California to Hawaii, that's a big stretch. It's not like we're having. We might have to land for a little bit, and
Right.
no, you got to make it all the way, baby.
Yeah. We're going to have you call your loved ones.
Yeah, and there's no phone service, nothing. But anyway, yeah, and so it rained for an entire week over Christmas. Imagine the people spending like thousands of dollars, and it rained. But we got a couple days of good weather.
They were good days. It was a little cold though. The water. I wasn't ready for that.
I know. Well, you're used to the water
I
here.
know. I like it warm.
I know you do. Not reality.
Well, in Mexico,
Rob, you should call ahead and have him heat up the water next
the
time.
water is it's warm.
This is Rob Schneider. I'd like the water heated up outside of our hotel.
They did heat up the baby pool because it was too cold. But the last day that Madeline and I were swimming in there,
Yeah.
they heated it up, and I went, "This is better.
That's nice.
Yes.
This is Patricia."
Maybe they didn't heat it up. Maybe there were like too many kids paying.
Oh, this is Patricia approved temperature. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Madeline said that you peed.
What?
Yeah, and not in the pool, but in the ocean. She said you did.
No.
She accused you.
No, I peed in the bathroom while I made
And
her
she said you were
stand
standing on a boat at the time.
there. No, I made her come with me to the bathroom while I peed. You know,
That's not what she said.
Well, she's a 3-year-old liar.
Was the bathroom a huge, just blue liquid ocean? This is the men's room over here.
She loves. He didn't care about cold water. Neither of these kids.
Oh no, they don't care about that. I don't remember caring about it when I was a kid either.
Yeah.
I remember you seeing water and going, yay, just jumping in.
I know they loved it. Yeah. We got to bring them back though. We got to go to
another short vacation. Look, I mean, it's just too short. Christmas time.
Where is it?
That break is too short.
In Florida, that Mr. Curly's, or what's it called? Mr.
What is it?
You know that he's got his own comedy club. He's a comedian.
McCurdy's?
Yeah, Mr. McCurdy's. Did I say Curly's?
Curly's, yeah.
McCurdy's.
McCurdy's.
You're the master of changing names.
I know. My mother used to do that.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. You could edit this out if you don't want me to tell the story. But do you remember the time Rob told me we were at Erewhon? And he was like, yeah, I'm psyched. I just joined a gym. And I go, cool. What gym? And you're like, he goes, Exodus. And I'm like, what? And it was It was not even the name of the gym you joined. Like you hadn't gone and you forgot the name. It was called like Equinox.
Oh yeah.
I think you're like it's like Exodus. It's over.
No, it's because I remember the Jews trying to leave Egypt, and that's in my mind.
I think you don't go enough if you don't remember the name.
Jesus Christ.
No. He does that with everything.
He's a name changer.
With everything. Like with songs, also he's the master of changing the lyrics. And the girls know that. Like,
a whole new world.
You got it right. But you were
It's
singing
not Brand New World. I thought it was
a brand new world.
That's what I thought it was. Isn't Brand New World sound
That's
better
a
than
synonym.
a brand new world?
Yeah.
Isn't that better?
I like it better. It's way better.
I think it is better, but it's not the way the kids know.
My mom changed so many names when I was a kid. She's like, I just saw Goldie Woolberg on the television. I said, who? Goldie Woolberg. Goldie Hawn. No, Goldie Woolberg. Whoopi Goldberg. Yes. Whoopi Goldberg. You just said Goldie Woolberg. Yes. Goldie Woolberg.
You did that all the time. Like you did it with Miranda's classmates, like like nonstop.
Oh yeah. Well, she had one of them was a Japanese name called Hamide.
That was not the name.
Hamide.
No.
See, I can't say it. I'm not Japanese, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you are. Hamidi. Hanabi.
Hanabi.
Hamidi. Doesn't it sound like Hamidi?
Mm-hmm.
Hanabi.
Yeah.
Hanabi. It had to be Hanabi. So I
Yeah.
have to come up with some like,
The names are tougher
Soliloquy.
than they used to be. They used to just be like 100 names. Now there's just so many names.
I know.
She was a super smart kid, Hanabi.
She is a super smart.
Remember,
kid.
she got annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah, by every kid.
She looked at me like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Yeah, she would be
You
annoyed.
sign
at
in.
us.
She was like, you sign in over here. She's like 3.
Yeah,
I'm like,
super
whoa,
smart. Yeah.
This kid's gonna be problems.
No, she's gonna be great.
No, I mean great problems. Now she's gonna do unbelievably well
Yeah. No.
because she's Asian. You heard me.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree.
Hard-working Asian. So okay, to wrap this up now, I think this was very nice.
Okay, so
the
you're
three
gonna
of
go
us
to the
get back.
gym this
I
year.
go to the gym. I got to get my wind back. I'm gonna also, I'm gonna help you with that vegetarianism thing.
Nice, by eating all the meat.
I'll eat all the meat that you don't. You just whatever you shovel on my plate like you did tonight. Leftover chicken from yesterday, which was good.
Wasn't it
Amazing.
good? Come on,
So good.
come on, you ungrateful
And
man,
then
shoveling good food in your mouths.
we're gonna do a TV series together and a movie
Yes.
a movie.
Yes.
So that once we're gonna write a couple. There's 3 that I want to get on. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get on this. I'm not like you, getting younger and more beautiful every day, Patricia.
Oh yes, of course.
And good, but
I know, I'm aging like a
That-
president. Let's get this going.
it's funny. We saw the show the other day, Real Rob on there. Like, oh, season 1,
Dude, crazy. And you have makeup? It's like a combination of getting older and having makeup.
and then also color correction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you guys know what I'm doing this year?
No.
I am doing this year.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to Costa Rica to do ayahuasca.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah, we could do it right here.
I was supposed to go.
I have some.
I heard the.
I've never been a.
No, you don't have
have
some.
I've never been a shaman before, but I'll do it for you.
There was a
I
contact.
got some good ideas.
And it's gone. And the guy's gone. The contact might even be the same one. There was a guy around here that would do it.
Really?
He's gone.
What do you mean
Took off.
gone?
He went back to whatever country he's from, and he's not doing it anymore. I'm sure there's more, but I looked into a local one.
Gabor Mate has his own place.
Yeah, I know, but it's twice a year and twice as expensive. Let's just go with someone who doesn't know what they're doing.
No, go to the right place with the right
Let's
person.
save some money to do these illicit drugs that cause you to hallucinate.
I read a lot about it, and they said the most important thing is to just try to cut costs.
Whenever you're doing something that's
Yes.
mind altering,
Okay.
you think savings.
That and eye surgery.
I was
for
telling
one.
Rob about your eye surgery the other day, and I couldn't explain properly
It was awful.
what happened to you.
did
So
that-
just please
did-
tell him.
Did they ruin one eye?
Rob, I went to.
Why do I not know this important story?
No, you have to listen to this because this is insane.
Was this part of your act?
No, I was on the radio, and I got free laser eye surgery, which is exactly how much it should have cost.
Oh, God.
And I went, and they were doing the flap. So the flap
What does that mean?
is the one where they cut a flap, open up the flap, fix your eye, flap goes back down. I'm in your eyes are open. They got them stuck open. They're the surgeons in there. And I literally, they do like one eye and they do the other eye. And I hear the doctor, Rob, the surgeon.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I hear him go, ooh.
No.
Well, operating on the skin of my eye, he goes, ooh. Like makes like a very not like, ee. And then lights went off. Like emergency, and people started running into the room. And my wife was there at the time, and she's like, I didn't know what happened. And when they cut my flap, there was a ripple in it. They got a ripple in my flap, and they tried to like straighten it out, and they couldn't do it. And so they just were like, we're not doing this eye now. So I had a patch over my eye, and I had to wear glasses with one lens for 3 months.
Did they fix it, or did you go someplace else?
I ended up going back and they fixed it it's called like PRK, where it's not a flap. It's like they just fix the thing. But I spent 3 months without depth perception.
Why did you go back to that same guy? That's even worse, the story.
Because it was free.
That was right.
It was a radio.
Free surgery that they fucked up.
Then I had to go on the radio and be like, hey, do you want to get one good eye fixed? I'm doing ads the next day.
Oh, that's right. It was a radio thing.
Literally have glasses with one lens. I'm like, I recommend the blah, blah, blah eye doctor. And it was like the scariest thing.
But didn't the laser kind of went like gung, gung, gung? That's what it cut your...
Oh, yeah. There was something. It was something with a...
This guy was the worst story. How come you never told me this one?
Dude, this guy was a nervous Nelly, and he was holding a laser to my eye.
Oh, my God. And you were like, you could have ruined him because he's a small town and you're the radio DJ.
I was so scared. It's your eye.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I will never have it done because, Adam Sandler's had it done. And I need my glasses to see. And I got to get some new glasses, by the way. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to lose my you
can't.
The little vision, like when the babies are close up to me, and those beautiful babies, and you too. It's like I need to see close up.
You know what made me decide to do it? I don't want to risk that. Number one, free. Number two, I remember Tiger Woods got it done, and it was only afterwards that I was like, I don't think we went to the same guy.
Oh yeah,
he probably went to like the most
the guy who invented the surgery.
Yeah.
No, I had my throat surgery done years ago. And I literally went to the guy who invented that procedure.
Wow.
Dr. Olaf something.
Wow.
Olaf, isn't that like a character from Frozen?
Yeah. He eventually became a snowman.
Yeah, well, but he was good, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know you had throat surgery.
Exactly.
Damn, that guy's
that's how good he was.
No trace.
I know.
Yeah.
One of the many things that I don't know about you.
No, and I had to have it. And then he didn't even use staples. He used tape.
Oh wow!
I like how Rob goes to the inventor of like he goes to like Dr. Throat, and I go to who's in network. He always has these. You have a great. I think you recommended.
No, but he had done some crazy stuff that he shouldn't have. Like he had tried certain things that are not like.
That's true. I did some crazy
like
stupid shit.
Like yeah, like your sister-in-law. She told me once that she went to visit you or something.
I did this ozone therapy,
and he had like literally something like connected to his vein, like on his neck.
What?
It's ozone right into your vein.
Like, can't you have like a stroke or something from that?
No, like ozone supposedly, if you put pure oxygen into your veins.
Supposedly, like how do you do something that is supposedly something?
A lot of times I'll put pure oxygen into my lungs.
No. I talked to Raymond Francis for 30 seconds before I did it. And he said it could work.
Oh my God.
No, what happened was there was a friend of mine who was had cancer, and I wanted, before I could suggest any, she wanted to try some different things, so she wanted to try something. I said, well, let me try it first, so I did it.
She said that it was the scariest thing. Like he had literally something plugged in here,
shit.
like oxygen is straight to your vein.
Yeah, straight to your neck.
Wow.
And I did it, and I can't say that it was any different.
I don't think you should get anything. Like you're not supposed to get air. Like if you just take like
if it's pure oxygen, it's pretty safe, they say.
I don't know.
What about the time once Rob took me to?
He doesn't want to eat corn syrup, but he does this kind of shit. It's like that's insane.
Yeah, and I like you hear one.
He doesn't want his
food
modified, but he doesn't mind modifying his own veins. What about Rob?
Wow,
remember when I hurt my back and Rob took me to this place where they do. It's
cupping?
like the cupping.
Oh my God!
And he goes to the guy, and the guy was great. And he goes to the guy like, "Hey, I'd like to do whatever with cupping and where you pull
extraction."
And the guy goes, "Yeah, we don't really like do that anymore." And Rob's like, "I'd like it done." He's like, yeah, it's not quite as effective. And I was like, I'd like you to get this stuff out. And the guy was like, all right. Then he went down in like a basement of some sort, like at your house, where you're like, oh, he's like moving Christmas lights out of the way to find this cupping thing. And then I had it done.
Oh my God.
Did it help or no?
It didn't.
It felt really good that night.
Yeah, but after that, it
I
didn't.
know. He got to go to a guy. I'm sorry. But like the guy who used to do mine died. He was Shaq's doctor, Dr. Shen.
Wow.
Remember we did a TV episode about it?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
He did die. He died in his 50s. Because he had a negative attitude. He was a good healer, except for himself.
Wow.
Damn.
He's a very trippy guy. And truthfully, not the greatest guy. He used to charge $75 or $35 to people. $35 if he thought that's what he could get. $75 if he depended if they had like a nice pair of pants. He would charge me $1,500.
Whoa.
For treatment. I know. And like finally one of his own employees told me what was happening.
Oh my God.
Dr. Shen, he charged you more than other people.
Yeah. Stop wearing your gold pants. Because it's a sliding scale.
It is a sliding scale. He would, no. But he said, no, nobody will die. But he was a healer. He fixed me. He did. I remember my favorite thing he ever did was he worked on Kobe after Kobe Bryant for the Lakers. Twisted his ankle really badly, and Shaq made him go see Dr. Shen.
Wow.
And then because he had to play in 2 days, and they're like, no way he's going to play in 2 days. He scored 35 points 2 days later.
Whoa.
Because he did the cupping and extraction from his ankle, and I'm telling you, it worked. But if the guy knows what he's doing, and I've never met anybody else who knew.
Then why would you recommend it if you never met someone that knew what he was doing?
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was my back.
I was hopeful. Fingers crossed.
You tried to do acupuncture in Jamie once.
Mm-hmm.
I had some pretty good ideas. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated.
You're like, I have a kit.
I do. That Dr. Shen gave me.
I have a kit. You don't have the best insurance.
No, but
I didn't let him.
I know you didn't. You're very nice.
Patricia, her exact words, I believe, were, I could get a bunch of tattoos and still not know how to give a tattoo.
Yes, exactly.
I know.
Because Rob said, I've seen it done a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Drake Sather is the greatest joke. The great comedian Drake Sather. He used to say, my girlfriend used to say to me, hey, let me cut your hair. He said, are you a professional hairdresser? I said, no, never done it before, but I got some pretty good ideas. I said, okay, let me give you a pap smear. Never done it before, but I got some pretty good ideas. And for 1987, that's a pretty good joke.
That's pretty good.
So
we're
going to save money with your ayahuasca. You're going to do it this year?
I was supposed to do it next week.
Oh, wow.
And ended up getting a gig, and I'm moving it to April.
I'm glad.
Maybe you can do the gig on ayahuasca. You ever thought about that?
That didn't even occur to me.
Here's the thing. I always when I go on vacation, a lot of people do this. Like I ran into the great comedian, what the heck is his name? I just was with him in Hawaii.
Tom Segura.
Thank you.
He's hilarious.
Awesome, great comedian. Awesome podcast of his. And just like me, I'm sure like you, he's like, I'll get a gig there, and that'll pay for our vacations. That which I'm sure like the wife appreciates. Like, oh, you're gonna do a gig. Can't you just go on vacation with me? You have to do a gig, and the gig is just the vacation is just an excuse for the gig. Not the gig's an excuse for the vacation. So he does the same thing as me. But I was thinking, I do that too.
It's hard once you do comedy to like pay for hotels and flights.
travel,
it's difficult because that's like our job.
Without justifying it in some way. But anyway, I swear to God, like ayahuasca, I'm on the back of my mind. I want to do ayahuasca. Maybe I can get a gig down there while I get done. It's true.
No.
But we should try to find out somebody. I mean,
No, go to Gabor Mate.
Yeah, but I don't know when his thing is.
Well, find out.
Is it in the United States?
Yeah, I'm not like Patricia.
Yeah.
I'm not Patricia Meyer, Jamie Lissow. You can just, you guys will be able to figure that out better than me. I don't know how to. I barely know how to get on the damn internet.
Isn't it illegal though to do hair?
No. He does it. He does, and it's like a whole thing.
He
It's
probably
like a
does
whole
it not in
week.
America or something.
Maybe.
I don't have a week to rewire my brain.
Okay.
I'll give you a day.
Then don't do it.
No, I'll do it.
I'll
do it. I'll do
You
it.
guys, it's like, come on.
I don't want to take a week off.
If you're gonna put your
I'll
money
miss
in
you.
something, oh yeah, right. Do it right.
All right.
You know what else you should do this year? Get your vasectomy.
I'm going to do that for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's been saying for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to do it this year for sure.
I'm going to grab one myself.
Mm-hmm. Have you got one yet?
Got that. Got some nice insurance.
We can do a twofer. They pay for it, insurance, right?
Let's do a twofer.
I'll do a twofer. You go first.
You guys go together.
No, we can. Dr. Sachs, right here in Beverly Hills.
How
That's
come
a great
all of
last
them?
name, huh? Sachs?
How do they all have? The guy in Rochester, New York, where I'm from, his name is Dr. Stop. He's performed hundreds of. How do they all have? What comes first?
Dr.
The name
Sachs.
or the
The profession.
How does a guy go into that profession and go, you know what?
Dr. Sachs?
I want to just spend my life dealing with men's urinary issues.
Because I went to Dr. Taint for years, but then he. There's no Dr. Taint.
I went to an asshole doctor one time, and it was a woman, and she must have the same line for everybody. She goes, "What's a nice guy like you doing in a place like this?" Just to loosen up before she starts.
That's so great.
Exploring your
That's so great.
anus. Have you had a colonoscopy yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I did a
He's still young for
prostate
that, isn't
exam.
Prostate? Yeah, that's anybody.
You haven't had that.
Prostate exam? I've had a prostate exam.
Really?
I haven't had a colonoscopy, which I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
At
You
50,
have to.
At 50, you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Last year I had no insurance, and I was like, I could just use one of my Nest cameras. And kind of
Yeah.
figure it out myself. But
You got to talk about that Nest camera. That's the last thing, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes. That's very creepy. They're facing some.
You have to say
bad
Nest
stuff.
camera is a camera that you get, and you can put it in your home, so you can on your phone hook it up to your phone and watch your kids. And apparently, other people can hook it up to their phones and watch your kids.
It's been horrible.
And talk to your kids.
Yeah.
And it's on the internet.
It's very
And
disturbing.
you're a horrible father that you don't know this information.
I had no idea.
And I'm horrible because I have a Nest. I just didn't hook it up. No, I think we tried it for a little while, right? We had one Nest.
No, we don't have that.
It's a good thing we don't.
We don't have. Well, we have some other cameras, but I place them specifically into, like not in the bedrooms. No, I'm super paranoid. Like
Yeah,
this
you
is
always
like
think
I'm
of,
paranoid, Patricia. I always think of the worst case scenario of everything.
And then it usually comes true.
I'm the opposite. Like my door is unlocked right now at my apartment.
Well,
Like in LA. I didn't even
Oh,
lock
in
it.
LA, yeah.
Just didn't even lock it.
You shouldn't.
I just don't
do
know it's
that.
gonna do anything.
What if a homeless person just?
What if some
Yes,
girl
sir.
you've been dating decides to come in?
Well, there's a outside door that's locked.
Yeah.
You know, like the outside
The balcony
apartment
one.
gate thing.
Yeah, you
Oh.
figure that's like that's your first line of
Yeah.
defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like my car.
Jamie.
I know. You should lock your car just because there's crazy people.
Yeah.
You guys are right.
Just do it.
I just assume nothing bad's gonna happen all the
Good for
time. I
you.
assume nothing.
And it hasn't so far,
Mhm.
except in your personal life.
Oh God. Good Lord.
I'm sorry. You set me up.
That was great. That
Oh no.
You set me up.
was a good closer.
Well, no, I'm
Okay,
super
so
paranoid. So
You're gonna be okay. What have you been? We'll leave it on this. Most
Yeah.
paranoid thing. What are you gonna be paranoid about this year? More paranoid about besides the Nest,
well,
besides food,
I
besides
don't know.
becoming a vegetarian.
So many things to be paranoid about.
We'll find a new one.
I'll find something to
Okay.
be paranoid about.
All right. So, how can people get a hold of you? What if people said wanted to find your cooking channel? Where would they find it?
They can find it on Instagram.
Really?
Yes, at I am Patricia Maya, and right there is a link on my bio.
So just go to Instagram. I am Patricia Maya, and they'll go right to your bio.
Yep, and
And then
link right there
The link is right there.
for my YouTube channel.
Incredible.
Yes, and
No.
that's it.
That's amazing. Now, Jamie.
I'm on Instagram. I am Jamie Lissow, and you can check out I got some upcoming tour dates.
I am Jamie Lissow. Just right on Instagram.
Right on Instagram.
You just go there and that's it.
It's right on Instagram. It's right on the phone.
I am Jamie Lissow.
And some of my dates are with Mr. Rob Schneider. We got some dates coming up.
I think we're going to be in
DC Improv.
at the yeah
Mm-hmm.
You guys are gonna be together?
DC. If you want to come do that, you should come.
No. I'll let you
fun.
guys enjoy yourselves, but that's gonna be fun.
That's one of the best clubs in America. It's still one of the. It's what I like about it. It's like it was like it's so perfect. They haven't screwed with it, and also they can't because it's in this bottom. It's in the basement. That's where like the comedy clubs started. It was either strip clubs, or it was like this basement dive where they had jazz and like which is pretty inexpensive, just a couple of guys playing, usually 3 or 4 musicians, And then they have a guy, it's even cheaper. Just one guy standing there with a microphone.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool because it's like a very dark kind of place with like, usually a basement, which means you have some poles that block, the view for some people. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's a good experience. That club is special.
I can't wait. Never been.
It's always sold out, so.
That's gonna be fun.
No, for pretty much every comedian because that's how much the hot town is. DC is awesome, so I was really looking forward to doing that place. So we'll be there February 27th. Sorry, 27th and 28th.
I think it's February 25, 26.
25, just like I said, February 25 and 26.
Yep, we leave it on the 27th, like you said,
and we'll be there. And I'm gonna be. All right. Here's where I'm going to be. I believe it or not, I've never been to this. I'm going to be at the Miami Improv, and that's January 17th and the 2 shows, and then Saturday the 18th, January, and then the 19th. I will also be there on the Sunday, and then I'm going to be, believe it or not, I'm going to be at the Comedy Works downtown. It's already sold out, both shows. But anyway, I'm going to be there. I think we got 3 shows sold out. We might add a 4th show. That's Comedy Works downtown. I hear that room's amazing. And then that's the Denver Comedy Works downtown. And let me see. And then I'm going to be at the West Hollywood, the Comedy Store. That's going to be January 30th. And then I'll be at the Comedy Store. I'll be at Flappers, actually. I love Flappers. That's the 2nd for 2 shows on Saturday the 2nd. And then Feb 2nd. And then the Comedy Store LA. I'll be out there. I'm sorry, Comedy Store La Jolla. That's what you should do, Jamie.
San Diego?
Yeah, that's fun. We should do that. That's That's February 2nd and February 5th through the 7th.
Love to.
Yeah. And then I'll be in Tampa. Tampa, I will be there. I haven't been in Tampa, Florida in a long time. Improv Tampa, and that's going to be Feb the 7th. No, I don't know when this is. Go to robschneider.com. Friday, February 7th.
You're 3 different places on the 7th.
I'll be at La Jolla on the 5th. Jesus, Jamie. I'll be at just I'm sorry, it's just one night. Okay. And then I'll be in Tampa, Florida, and I'm really working a lot. Anyway, and then I'll be there. And then I've got some theaters. I'll be at the Perrysburg, Ohio. I'll be actually no, that's not a theater. No. Anyway, then I'll be at the Improv Tampa. I will be there Friday, February 7th. Friday, February 7th for 2 shows, and then Saturday, February 8th. Then I'm going to be I've not been to Toledo in a long time, and I wanted to play different cities I haven't been to in a while. I'll be in Perrysburg, Ohio, and Toledo at the Funny Bone. I'm gonna do a couple of shows there. I'm looking forward to that a lot. And then I'm gonna be at the Royal Oaks at Mark Ridley's.
You just added a show at that place. I saw it on Instagram.
Yes, I'm psyched about that. Then I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is a great place for comedy. They made it into an improv over there. I have not worked that one yet. And then I'm going to be Richmond, Virginia. I'm going to do one night there at the Funny Bone. And then we're going to be at the DC Improv. How great is that?
Awesome.
DC Improv is going to be nuts. And then we'll be at Salt Lake City, and we're going to shoot at the Gene Wagner Theater. And if you want to get tickets to that, I think the 2 shows are sold out. We're going to add a 3rd show, I believe. That's the Gene Wagner Theater, Salt Lake City. We'll be shooting my comedy special there. And it's we're very excited for that. Very, very excited. So we hope you'll come down. It'll be great to see you. Jamie, it's always a pleasure. Patricia.
Thanks, man.
She's taking care of the kids like what she should be doing. And I hope she doesn't see this one, hear this one. Anyway, so thank you for listening to See What Happens and for, seeing what happens. And we'll catch you again. Jamie, good luck with everything.
Thanks, man. See you next time.
Fun. We'll get to work. Take care. See what happens?